Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. Total garbage and a disgusting lie. That's what Governor Kristi Noem has to say about allegations that she's having an affair. A conservative website posted a story saying Noem has been in a relationship with advisor Corey Lewandowski for months. Noem responded using her governor's Twitter account, saying she loves her husband and she's getting back to work. Governor Noem is also responding to a recent story involving her daughter, saying she never asked for special treatment for Cassidy in the appraisal certification process. The director of the appraisal program resigned after a reported meeting with Noem, her daughter, and other state officials. Sherry Bren, the former director, later filed an age discrimination complaint. The complaint was settled. The $200,000 paid to Bren comes from the Department of Labor and Regulation. The settlement says that DLR will pay $75,000 in wages and $75,000 in damages. Another $50,000 would be paid to Bren's lawyer. KELOLAND.com reporter Ray Yost takes a closer look at the settlement. That's on our website right now. The widow of a man who died after being hit by a car driven by South Dakota Attorney General Jason RAVNSBORG has reached an out-of-court settlement after threatening a lawsuit. Jennifer Beaver's attorney tells KELOLAND News the terms of the settlement are confidential and that the parties will not have further comment. Last month, RAVNSBORG pleaded no contest to misdemeanors for his driving the night of the crash. The state legislature plans to consider impeachment of RAVNSBORG on November 9th. Well, now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt for a look at the rain falling in parts of KELOLAND this morning. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. Periods of rain will continue as we do go through the morning hours. As we go into the afternoon, I think things become more widely scattered in nature, but we could still see some heavy rainfall during the morning. We're talking amounts of at least a half inch, full inch or more, especially in the southeastern KELOLAND. 70s for this coming weekend, and we'll go numbers in the 70s for next week, as it looks like we will dry out again. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Law enforcement in eastern South Dakota is asking for the public's help in finding an escaped inmate. 29-year-old Eric Bluebird left a work assignment at the Sioux Falls Community Work Center without permission Wednesday.
He stands 6 feet tall and has black hair and brown eyes. Bluebird is serving sentences for assault in Jackson and Minnehaha counties. If you see him or know where he is, you are asked to call police. A food truck in Pierre is out of service this morning after a fire on Wednesday. Pierre Fire Department responded to the fire in the old City Hall parking lot. A captain with the department says propane tanks on the trailer released gas to prevent a large explosion.
The damage was contained to outside the trailer and the pickup pulling it. No one was hurt. The Dairy Queen in Pierre is donating 10% of its sales today to help get the business back up and running. You may think that with all this nice weather, it's too early to be thinking about Christmas. However, local businesses are encouraging customers to buy early for the holidays this year.
Child's Play Toys has seen longer shipping times for all of its items. The one thing they are waiting on right now are the restock of ukuleles.
I mean, like right now, like behind you, we're waiting on our ukuleles, but I have heard that they're on the way. They were sitting in a container outside of LA for like a couple months, but they will be here this week.
The store has already prepared for the holidays by stocking 90% of its inventory, both in a store and a storage unit. Well, that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, showers, thunderstorms off and on as the rain remains scattered in nature across eastern KELOLAND. This is working its way from eastern Nebraska, western Iowa along a trough that's basically stalled. So that's why you see that radar picture. Even at 1 o'clock this afternoon, looking much like it does this morning and throughout the afternoon. It's the same story. These spots of rain will be sprouting up through the overnight. Tomorrow, 50% chance of rain again in Sioux Falls, although maybe a little less intense in these localized areas. But we'll continue a 20% chance of rain into Saturday for Sioux Falls. By that point in the forecast, though, a lot of the more organized moisture will be headed to the south. And then I think really very nice temperatures. 70s are likely into the weekend and early next week. Now, the rain total map, as you look at this, First depiction on the European model. Again, it's getting us a broad view, half-inch numbers. We've already had this morning over an inch of rain in parts of Sioux County, Iowa. That's what you got to remember here, is that the local nature of these thunderstorms are going to yield that. This model number 2, is probably pinpointing some of that, and it still wants to kick out even numbers higher toward Mitchell and Huron eventually, if we can congregate some of those local downpours. So I think that's definitely worth your time watching today. Upper 60s, low 70s out there this afternoon. Our forecast remains steady on temperatures the next several days. Chance of rain tomorrow, Sioux Falls 50%, lower to 20% on Saturday. Aberdeen, chance of rain lingers tomorrow, then we'll see that departing to the southeast for the weekend. Very beautiful numbers, though, for early October. 70s likely in Pierre. That takes us through that 7-day. Not much rain, though. When we look at the totality of the rain chances, they will not be much for Rapid City and our far western areas. Check out the latest details. We have a new Storm Center update posted right now at KELOLAND.com.